In this video, I want to have a look at the least squares line of best fit again, but this time I want to have a look at some calculator shortcuts for figuring it out. So when we first started looking at the least squares line of best fit, there were 5 values that we had to figure out. We had to figure out the correlation coefficient, the standard deviations for both sets of scores, and the means for both sets of scores as well. And then we had to put them all into the formula. Your calculator though has 2 buttons that we can use that will tell us what the gradient and the y-intercept are straight off. So on your calculator, the letter A represents the y-intercept and the letter B represents the gradient. So just be careful, because in some other contexts we've used the letter B to represent the y-intercept. So just be careful that it is different in this context. So on your calculator, A is the y-intercept and B is the gradient. Okay, so let's have a look at an example. Our example says that a group of 12 people tested their reaction times with both their dominant and their non-dominant hands, and we've got all their times written in that table. It asks us to calculate the equation of the least squares regression line. So you're going to use your calculator to figure out the gradient and the y-intercept, and then we're going to substitute it into this formula up the top. So gradient and y-intercept. Don't forget that the y-intercept is represented by the letter A, and the gradient is the letter B. So using your calculator, the first thing we need to do is enter all our data in. So same as we have been doing, we're going to go mode 2, 2, and then enter it all in. So your dominant hand's this column, and then your non-dominant is your Y column. So go through and enter them all in. Okay, so they're all in there now. I made a mistake, went back and fixed it, but we've got all 12 of them in there now. So we want to hop out of there, so just hit your clear button. Then to find your A and your B buttons, you're going to go into your stats mode. And we're going to go into this one here that says 5. That REG stands for regression, because it's a regression line that we're looking at. Same place that we go to if we want our correlation coefficient. So we'll press 5. That's our correlation coefficient that we were using a few lessons ago. If we want our A and our B, they're numbers 1 and 2. So let's figure out A first. So we'll hit A equals. So we've got 0.395 if we do it to 3 decimal places. And we'll go back in and we'll press B this time. So 2 equals, and we'll have 0.079 if we round to 3 decimal places. So 0.079. So then our equation is going to be y equals the gradient, so 0.079 x plus the y-intercept, so 0.395. And that there is the equation of the least squares line of best fit using the shortcuts on your calculator.